The following program is a presentation of FarSky Media. All content is property of FarSky Media and its affiliates. This program was recorded and produced at the FarSky Media Little Willow Studios.
Hello, today we're going to talk about athletes. I was an athlete. I would like to think I'm still an athlete, but my body says you can't do that anymore because I'm older. But I love sports. My life revolved around sports. And my dad gave me some really good advice one time. He said there's a fine line between cocky and confidence. If you're cocky, you project it to other people. You make it about other people, about the other team. But when you're confident, you make it about you. You stay within your team. You celebrate as a team. You don't have to draw anyone else in. And if you're doing good, you don't need to talk about it. Other people will talk about it. And you don't need to ever talk about it until you prove yourself. And kids these days they think they're good because they won a couple games. They're the top scorer on their team. They're really good in middle school. They're beating everyone else. And I've told my students before, until you prove yourself, keep your mouth quiet. Because that's what I was told. Until you prove yourself, keep your mouth quiet. But the catch is, when you prove yourself, you don't have to say anything. Other people will start talking about you. Other people will talk about your accomplishments. And that's where the humble piece comes in. Stay humble. Keep it about what you want to do, about your goals, about how you want to be seen as a person. Because like I was always told, there's a fine line between cocky and confidence. And you can walk that line, but what side are you going to lean on? I hope I was able to be on the more confident side because I knew my ability. In high school, I played volleyball, basketball, and softball. My children, all wonderful athletes. I have 6 children. The 3 older boys played all 3 sports. The younger 3, I have a couple of them that only played 2 seasons and that, but they're all multi-sport athletes. They've had all-conference recognition. 3 out of my 6 kids have went to state in some sport. I've been to state in a sport. I've coached teams that have went to state. My husband was an athlete. My nieces and nephew are athletes. Sports is a big part of our lives. And I have to remind people once in a while. When I see them, I'm like, that's not how you play the game. When you make that basket in basketball, since it's basketball season right now, why do you have to gloat about it? My dad gave me a lot of good advice. He said, act like you've been there before. And yes, it's hard for young kids to see that when they're in the heat of the moment, playing their sport. I've been hyped up before too, but when it clicks, it makes the sport more fun. Yes, I'm happy I was able to hit that ball, run those bases, serve that ball in volleyball, make those baskets, standing on the sideline watching my kids be successful. I'm proud of every aspect of the life and the sports that I've been through and I've seen and I watched. But there comes a time when you have to remind people that they have to keep it about themselves and stop showboating. Why do you have to make someone else feel bad to build yourself up? Why do you have to rub it in someone else's face if they don't have the success that you have? Because everyone can pick out the bad athlete. I've asked my teams before and I said, think of an athlete that you can't stand to play against. Think of an athlete that you've seen, you're like, yeah, they have bad sportsmanship. Everyone can think of that person or a person. And I said, what qualities do they do? And you can get a whole list. And I said, then don't do that stuff. You don't like it, so why would you do it yourself? Why are parents yelling more and more in the stands, the sidelines? What secret do they have that the people on the court, the field, don't have? Yeah, it's easier for them because they're seeing the whole play, but when you're right in the trenches and that, you're seeing what right in front of you. You don't necessarily see the wide open field all the time. But these parents sit there and they yell and they demean people. They're the bad sports. They're the ones that need to be shut down. But are people doing that? No, it seems like it's growing. Why do we need this community? We need more people to do the right thing. And from my experience, the parents that are yelling all the time, that are not supportive, are the ones that weren't even the good athlete when they played, or if they even played. But now all of a sudden they know everything? Everyone's like, oh, you're going to watch your kids play? And I said, yeah. They're like, oh, what do you do? And I said, I don't say anything. I'm not their coach. Do I talk to my kids after the game? Usually. I'm like, hey, what happened here? That was pretty good that you did this. You guys hustled. Please don't do that if you foul, if you strike out, if you serve into the net, if you fumble the ball. We can read your emotions in your face. Get up and do the next play. Make up for what you did. Errors are part of the game. If they weren't, then why are they in the statistics? If you make a mistake, fix it someplace else. Don't dwell on it because you can't do that play over. Be better the next time you get the ball. Be faster the next time you have the opportunity. But these kids have to sit there and dwell on that. And, oh, this play happened and that. Yeah, the first quarter. Now it's the fourth quarter. Why are you still thinking about it? It's over and done with. Be better. Have the confidence to know you want that ball again. Give me the ball and I will do the right thing. Call my number and I will do the right thing. Mistakes happen. Celebrate your wins and let go of the defeats, let go of the errors. Build that teammate up because they will make errors too. Celebrate their success. Be a team. When you look back in that, and some of my best memories in that are the laughs I had with my team. Yes, we had some successful seasons, but do we talk about all those things? Maybe once in a great while, but we talk about all the fun things we did. Those are the memories that last. The trophies get broken. They get dusty. They get put away after a while. But the memories and friendships that you make can last years down the road. So make it about your team. Make it about your confidence. Make it about how you can become better, because there's a fine line between cocky and confidence.
This has been a FarSky Media presentation. All content is property of FarSky Media and its affiliates. Visit us at farskymedia.com for more information and programs. Thanks for joining us today. This program was recorded and produced at the FarSky Media Little Willow Studios.